His Yerushalmi Shevi'is, in the article by Dash holds a hard edition on the top of line of Aleph, where it says Mem Gimel for Mishnah Gimel, and in the Luf Shavra of Shevi'is, and that is in the Vilna edition on Daf Yud Gimel Beis. In the Mishnah, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line down, Luf Shavra. Luf Shavra of Shevi'is. Tanim only gathered. They didn't gather the leaves of Chugru and Shemitah. So the leaves grow every year fresh. They don't remain from year to year. So it's after Shvi'is now. So I listen. If during Shemitah they gather them, there's Shvi'is because go after Lakita, and there's Eicha from a Hefker. But Vim Lav, and if not, Yasa Cheshbon Imanim. You have to make the Aniyim have to compensate Ba'abais for whatever grew after Shemitah. The Ba'abais can give them for whatever grew during Shemitah, which of course begs the question because if there are new leaves every year, what's the problem? What's the issue? Rabbi Shumer im Loknanim esolav Loktu. If they gather during Shemitah, they gather during the proper time. That's fine. Im Lav, and if not, they didn't gather during Shemitah. They have no part in the leaves whatsoever. Next, Luf shel Erev Shevi'is, Sheikh Master Shevi'is. You have this luf of Erev Shevi'is. So it's not normally by Shemitah. There's an Issa Sfichins. Stuff which grows wild from the ground, shoots from the ground. The Abdeli luf is included in that. Is also the Rabbanim. Because we're afraid that if you let you take from what grows wild, you're going to take minam shumar, from things which are have chusha shvi'is, and you're going to watch them, safeguard them, which you're not allowed to do. Okay, so luf she'er shvi'is nichnas the shvi'is. You have a luf which grew during erev Shemitah. No problem of shvichim. And then at Shenichla Shvi'is, it went into Shemitah. And also, if you have onions, hakitzonim means summer onions. So they became pua, which is a dye, and a dye has kusa Shvi'is. Became pua shel idis. Idis is like idis we have by idis ziburis and meinonis. This is the best. Evidently, there's a certain type of pua. Beishamamim okinosam b'ma'arei ma'afurofos shel eitz. You have to uproot them with a wooden shovel. It's evidently all these things go to great depth. Their roots, and if you uproot them during Shemitah, it looks like you're hoeing your field. So Beishamai say you have to make a shinui, and instead of using a metal hoe, you have to use a wooden hoe. With kardomos shamateches, you can use metal hose, but you can't, that's not kedarko. The darko is to pluck them out by hand. And evidently, when you pluck them out by hand, this is Kavanaki, you're removing all the roots, all the deep roots, and that leaves very deep holes, which looks like you are digging, maybe even like you're plowing. So therefore, you can't pluck them out. You can use a metal shovel. You don't need such a shina as a double shina, so to speak, a wooden shovel. But you have to make a shinui. The Gemara says. It's interesting here in the art scroll and the Vilna, we have in the Mishnah, Umodin Pushot flows. But in the Kavanaki, I don't know why, he puts it into the Gemara. Okay? Anyway, Umodin Pushot flows, oh no, here is the Mishnah. Sorry, I missed this one line. Umodin Pushot flows, they're made by a pua of tzlos, some type of plant which grows in stones, among stones. So that the Shama is moida, they can use the metal hose because evidently it's much can't use one hose where it's a lot of stones. Okay. From when is a person allowed to buy luf motzei shvi'is? And we're not going to assume with kosher mita that it has kosher shvi'is. It's buying in the marketplace motzei shvi'is. Rabbi Yehuda Omer miyad, it says immediately. Right after Shemitah is over. And Chachamim say, no, once there is a lot of new crop in the market. And obviously the Gemara's going to have to go explain all these things. Okay, so the Kavanaki actually split up this long Mishnah into the several Mishnahs of which it comprises. But we went here with the standard text. Okay, so back to the Gemara. Now, proceeding to the Gemara. Hatomin is aloof. We have that header in the art scroll. I don't think the header necessarily appears elsewhere. Hatomin is aloof. Ad kedum luf. Okay, fine. Our Mishnah said you can be tomin luf during Shemitah. You can stick it in the ground according to the parameters that the Mishnah gave. What about B'tzolim? What about onions, which also the derech is to stockpile them in the ground? Rabbi Yehuda said lufi b'tzolim, the same halacha. So in other words, according to Red Meir, not less than a time and 3 tvachim high. According to Chamim, not less than 4 kabin and a tefach high. Rabbi Yossi would say mistabra b'tzolim feel pachas mekam mutar. It seems that, but onions, it's even less than that should be mutar. In other words, you don't need to have as much of a stockpile in the ground as by luf. Why is that? So he says the inun shvayim, because they're smooth, and since they're smooth, so therefore they don't have so many roots. The roots only come out, I guess, at the bottom of the onion, whereas the luf, I guess, the luf roots come out everywhere. And I should look up what luf is exactly. That might be helpful. Yes, I believe I already mentioned yesterday they're a type of lily, but not related to the common lily. They are arum lilies, and as it says, they're frequently called arum lilies. They're not closely related to true lilies, lilium. They have a flower. They have fruit. All parts of the plant, including the berries, are poisonous, containing calcium oxalate as raphites. In spite of this plant, it has a history of culinary use among Arab peasants in Palestine. Presumably before the Arab peasants came along, among the Jews in Eretz Yisrael, who practiced leaching the toxins from the plants before the leaves were consumed. So evidently it's specifically the leaves which are eaten. It does look like a calla lily, more or less. But it's even Rum Palestinum. One of them. I guess a bunch of them. So it is actually has berries, has leaves, and the leaves are cut up and cooked. So with royal lemon and sorrel. It's also used for medicine. Okay. I'm not sure what the root structure is. Let's see. Don't see roots here. Just see pictures of the plant itself. But I guess it has a lot of roots. Okay, so evidently it's not smooth like an onion plant. I can't see what's beneath the ground here, but certainly above the ground, there's many leaves growing out, and maybe that's also part of it. That's all those leaves growing out and make it. It's not like an onion which is smooth. All the leaves going out. I don't know, but anyway, onions should require less because they are smooth. Okay, says the Gemara further. Rabbi Vobashem, Rabbi Yochanan. Well, here's a head on the article. Rabbi Vobashem Yochanan Asyad Rabbi Huda, Rabbi Eliezer. The Rabbi Huda is going like Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer, the Mishnah said that he makes the cheshbon with aniyim, and Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yeshua, and Rabbi Yosef goes like Yeshua, says no cheshbon. Then we learned over there. Aniyim ochlim achar biur avolo ashirim. Now this is talking about, that Mishnah is talking about the Baal Bais uprooted the loof during Shemitah and then grew them on their own. Because I guess outside of the I guess he grew them outside the ground, but anyway, he put them back in the ground during Shemitah, in the 8th year. In the meantime, he did a beer on them because of what grew during Shemitah. Now his Shemitah is mixed in with the Aniyim Shevi'is. So I'm not sure what happened after he uprooted them. The Kamraki says maybe he uprooted them because of Maras Ayin, if they grew during Shemitah, even though Minadin is not mechuyev to do that. Okay, beats me. But anyway, he did that. Maybe that's the way they cultivated them. They pulled them up out of the ground and then put them back. So in this case, the tziyatan on hanim ochlim achar habir avolo ashirim. The anim can eat after the beer, but not the ashirim, because the part of it grew during Shemitah, and that part is shaykh to the anim. It's true, what grew afterwards is shaykh to the Baal Bais, but that's why he has to make a cheshbon and pay the aniyim according to their chelik, which they should have gotten. The Rabbi Yosemer, echad aniyim bechashim ochlim achar beer. He says, no. This is after the beer, which you have to do because that's kusha shvius. The Baal Bais can eat from them, and he can mezaicha them, because there's mafka them at the time of the beer. So even though there's kusha shvius, because our brooder initially turned Shemitah, there's no chelik aniyim after he is zoiching them. So that's interesting. Rabbi Eliezer holds, and Rabbi Yehuda holds that the part which I guess we have to say this. Really, the usher should uproot during Shemitah. The fact that he uprooted it deprives the aniyim. So therefore, he did shlo kohen. Even if that's what he cultivated, it's shlo kohen. So therefore, according to Rabbi Eliezer, we say no. You have to compensate the aniyim for it grew during Shemitah. According to Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Yeshua, no. Once evidently, since this is okay to do, I guess it's a way to cultivate them. So therefore, we're not going to see you can resort them in a half day after beer. It's like anybody else, and you don't have to pay the aniyim for the part which might have grown during Shemitah. Rabbi Ami boy kumi Rabbi Yochanan leis kam mishum svichim. It's a plant which grows wild during Shemitah and should be also because of svichim. Perhaps Amar Lei, and this is the Kavanaki's here, sir. Which is not in the normal Gemaras. As Gear says, Amle Masnisa Achelo Gazu Al Hasvichim. So this Amar Lei is Rabbi Yami still speaking, saying perhaps our Mishnah said about before they made the Gzeir on Svichim. Amar Lei, and this we do have. Balia Isa. Were you in the Aliyah? Normally they made their Gzeiros in Aliyahs, the second floor rooms. That's how they used to gather. I don't know exactly why. That you were there. Do you know when they were Geyser or not? Uh, Sav Rabbi Ami, Sav Rabbi Ami Amar, Isis, Rabbi Ami was thought. So Rabbi Yochanan was saying, Isis Sveichim Devar Torah. So Rabbi Ami thought that Rabbi Yochanan was saying, Isis Sveichim is the Doraisa. That's why he scoffed at him. So he scoffed at him because even though that evidently is not the case, because Isis Sveichim is the Rabbanan. But Rabbi Ami evidently went home thinking that Rabbi Yochanan is the Raisa. So what it's going to be? Rabbi Yochanan said Balei Luf Shoite Masnisa. These are what our Mishnah is talking about. Alei Luf Shoite, which are bitter, and they can only be eaten by fixing them. I think that what we said is they're poisonous, and maybe there are lufs which are not poisonous, but. Okay, maybe this bitter besides being poison, and they're not normally planted to be cultivated. So there's only the only thing which are become svichim are things which you would cultivate and therefore afraid to let you have the svichim. You're going to have also the to the actual plant and cultivate it and grow it and be mishamer it. So therefore, our Mishnah is. So that is that's nice, but the Gemara is going to say that we're going to bring up an issue with this. I said Rabbi Yoshe Masnisa Bar Kapar Min Doima. Yoshe brings down Bryce Bar Kapar Min Doima Tani Allah Tani, which says Aluf Ali Psolim. The same halacha applies to the leaves of luf and leaves of psolim. Please remember psolim mashoitim. Talking about onions, there's no thing as an onion which is shoita. So, okay, well, the Gemara goes on, obviously, to talk about that, but they've already gotten to the bottom of Lamed Chesam Ralef. So I don't think we're going to go on here. So I wrote down something here. Any crop, about the definition is speaking, any crop other than fruit that grows during Shemitah, even on its own, is Aser Mishum Shevi'is. Okay, it's any crop that grows during Shemitah, not that's collected during Shemitah. Any crop that grows during Shemitah is Aser Mishum Shvichim. So fruit is the exception to that. But these arum lilies have any kind of vegetables, so therefore Isra Shvichim would apply to them. We'll stop here.